Totally Awesome, a very infamous card that some people love and some people hate. It's been used in all sorts of popular meta decks right now. Heroes, Paleozoic Frogs, Mermails. But in today's video, I'm going to share 5 more obscure decks that can make really great use of Totally Awesome. Also, yesterday I made a video about obscure decks that could use that Grassland Screener, so check it out. And tomorrow I'll probably be making a video about Ties of the Brethren, because I think that's another interesting card that a load of rogue decks can use. So be sure to subscribe so you catch that. Alright, let's get started. First deck is Windups. So this is all about Windup Shark. The Windup deck is great and I love it, but Windup Shark is a level 4 water monster. So it's really easy to do the typical make Bahamut Shark and then make Totally Awesome. What's cool here though is that because you're running Windups and it's the supporting archetype for Shark, it's great because it means that it's really easy to get Shark on the field or get it to your hand. Windup Magician, Windup Factory, all those things. It makes it really easy to get Shark, and Totally Awesome of course recycles it. And the cool part about Shark is that when it's in your hand, it can just summon itself whenever you summon any other Windup monster. So really, really great. The best part about Windups too is that because they make a lot of other Xyz monsters at the same time, making Bahamut Shark into Totally Awesome is a nice sort of extra line of security for your field, because we all know that Totally Awesome in tandem with other Xyz, like Rafflesia for example in Heroes, is extremely annoying and extremely effective if you're the one using it. Next is Gishki. Now, Gishki is a really old ritual-based archetype, so you might think, why would it really be able to use Bahamut Shark and Totally Awesome? But it's quite simple. You can just use, Gishki, Abyss, and Vision. They're the low-level ones. They can actually make Totally Awesome themselves because they're both level 2. But the more practical way to do that is using Gishki Shadow and Gishki Beast, because you can easily pitch Gishki Shadow to search ritual spells, and then Gishki Beast is basically just a debris dragon. When you normal summon it, you're able to summon any of your other Gishki monsters from your grave, at least level 4 or lower ones, I believe. So Gishki Shadow can easily Gishki Beast can easily resummon Gishki Shadow, and that makes 2 easy level 4 water monsters, which makes Totally Awesome, which is great. You could, if you wanted to, also add, cards like Salvage for extra recurrence and Aqua Spirit just to make this a more consistent strategy. But yeah, just Gishkis are great, and plus, you're not only just making Totally Awesome with Bahamut Shark, you're also still able to use all of Gishki's regular ritual monster strategies. So they've got their Gust Kraken, I believe it is, that can take cards out of your opponent's hand, and Zelgigas, things like that. So next up is Dynamix, and for some reason I don't know why people don't really seem to want to use this very much, but Dynamix are a great deck. I actually recommended them in my 5 pendulum decks for beginners video, and also just deck ideas for 2017 video. And what's really cool about them is that they're just easy to summon pendulum monsters. They're all level 4 and 5 water monsters, and using Dynamix Terran and Dynamix Charge makes it really easy to get your Dynamix monsters to your hand. So you'll be able to quickly pendulum some of them out. It's not like one of those really slow pendulum strategies. And once you have 2 of them, it's as simple as making Bahamut Shark and Totally Awesome. And this deck can actually make Cyber Dragon Infinity if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, to be able to make the 2 most sort of feared boss monster Xyz right now really is pretty great. And if you want a pendulum version of this deck, like a pendulum Totally Awesome deck, there aren't too many others, then there's that Wizards, Lizards, Spellcaster Totally Awesome deck. So let's explain this a little bit. It's basically using things like Chocolate Magician Girl. She is a water spellcaster monster with cards like Gigabyte, which can summon itself as long as you have a spellcaster, and of course you're going to be combining that with Performage, Hat Tricker, and Trick Clown. And the cool thing is, okay, so I'm reading this off my notes, so you can probably tell. There was actually a deck that topped using this strategy, and it used Aqua Madore, which is that random old, weird, you don't think this card would be good, normal water spellcaster monster. So why was it using this? Because A, you can summon it with Rescue Rabbit, so Tributing Rescue Rabbit or Banishing Rescue Rabbit will summon 2 Aqua Madores, and that's obviously a water monster right there, and 2 of them you can easily make Bahamut Shark then. But because it's a spellcaster, you can summon Gigabyte instantly, and then that gives you another water monster. You can maybe make 2 Bahamut Sharks and make 2 Totally Awesomes. And you can even run things like Unexpected Die, which can actually get Aqua Madore straight from the deck. And getting it straight from the deck instantly turns on Gigabyte. And then you throw in the typical stuff like 10 Goldfish, and you've got yourself a deck right there. It's great because this deck's actually really fast, and the Trick Clown engine means you're able to make other, rank 4 Xyz things like King of the Feral Imps actually can search gigabytes. So there's a good bit of synergy going on here. And this is one of the ones that I haven't built myself. It was actually suggested by fans when I asked about it on Facebook. So this is a cool strategy. It's more of a combo deck, and I think it's definitely one of the more rogue original ones on this list. So give that a look. And last is the Koala Cant fish deck. So this has actually been one of my, all-time favorite, like, sort of obscure decks. Super Ancient Deep Sea King Koala Cant can discard a card, and it lets you summon up to 4 fish monsters just straight from your deck. Their effects are negated though, but not really important because you can summon, honestly there are a lot of like level 4 water fish monsters that you can summon, and they could all, go to Bahamut Shark and Totally Awesome, but there are 3 specific ones that I want to point out, and that's Royal Swamp Eel, which is, level 4 fish water, but it's also a tuner. So if you want to be able to make some synchro plays in this deck, then, all the more power to you. You can make, Cyber and Lord Omega and stuff like that. There's also Windup Shark, which we mentioned earlier in the video, and it's great because even if you aren't able to summon it from the deck, when it's in your hand, it can still summon itself. If they're to like if you have 2 Windup Sharks, you can normal summon one and special summon the other, and then it's still a really fast, easy way to do that. And then there's Eggsy Remeron, which you can summon with Koala Cant, but also you can summon from your hand just by detaching 2 Eggsy materials from anything on the field that you have. And then when you summon Eggsy Remeron, you're able to summon 2 fish monsters from your graveyard. And they can only be used for Eggsy summon and only for a water monster. So that's fine because you're going to be making Bahamut Shark and Totally Awesome, and that's great. But yeah, so that's the cool part. This deck can easily make these monsters straight from the deck. The only problem is summoning Koala Cant himself. He's a level 8 monster, so it's kind of hard to use. I mean, you could always do like Foolish Burial and Call the Haunted or Soul Charge. So yeah, those are 5 decks that I think could be totally awesome. I'm sure I, forgot like a few of them. So leave suggestions in the comments. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to probably be making one of these for Ties of the Brethren. So stick around, subscribe if you want to catch that video. It's going to be it. Follow me on social media, and I will catch you guys in the next one.